So, fella, let's wrap it up. We asked the question again. Make it about 30 seconds each response. How do we, as the new voices, push the agenda forward?
I know one way, and I had to mute my mic and turn off the camera right quick to go and get it. Get this Black Bible. That's a start. Make sure y'all go and get this if you have not read this book. I would suggest you go and get it. I call it the Black Bible for a reason. I've been peddling this book as if I'm part of the advertising team, but that's okay. Free advertisement. The ISIS Papers by Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. I call her the queen, one of the queen mothers for a reason. I've been reading a chapter a day since I got this book. I'm on chapter I think 11. I think right now. I think I'm on chapter 11. And already just reading this book, or as I call it, the Black Bible, a lot of the stuff that's been talked about in this book, I've seen already before reading this book, and even after reading certain chapters. Like the chapter, I think it was chapter 10. She was talking about what was it? Ball games at symbols. Oh my God. That chapter right there. I don't want to spoil it for you, but this chapter was meant for, I would say, black men and PC men in particular, that particular chapter. But the whole book that I've read so far is a very good book. I can't wait to start chapter 11, which is going to be talking about the symbolism of smoking objects. That's literally the name of the chapter.
Yes,
So
sir. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
if y'all have not gotten that book, I would highly suggest. I said that should be required reading. Now we know that they're not going to talk about this in public school, but that's fine. Definitely, if you have not read that book yet or started to read it, I would highly suggest that you do.
That was Brother Torian. Thank you so much. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Okay. Oh,
I
go ahead, bro.
definitely want to co-sign everything our brother Torian said. Thank you very much, Kid Gravity, for inviting me on this broadcast. Something that we can do is to educate ourselves to understand white supremacy. And by reading and studying the master teachers, you can understand white supremacy and you can think ahead of the curve because they don't really switch up their tactics. Is really the same techniques, maybe in a different form, but they do the same thing every time. And in order to stay ahead of the curve, you have to study our master teachers. And then after you're able to decipher what white supremacy's techniques are and what they're planning to do next, you can start proactively doing things to protect yourself and your family. It's up to you and everybody you're around, it's up to you as a black person to protect yourself and to protect your family. So you, whoever you are, whatever resources you have, whatever connections that you have to utilize that to the best of your ability to save yourself, to save your family, to save the black people around you. I'm trying to do something to better the situation in Chicago. If you're in Chicago, you should be trying to do the same thing. If you're in New York, you should be trying to do that. If you're in Georgia, you should be trying to do that. If you're in Atlanta, you should be trying to do that. And anywhere you are, you should be trying to do that. Everybody needs to pull their own weight. And in order to do that, you have to know exactly what to do. So study Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, read the ISIS papers, educate yourself, listen to her lectures, listen to our brother Neely Fuller, buy his book, read his book. That way you are able to understand the path that you need to go on. And then once you understand that path, you need to go full steam ahead on that path, doing everything in your capability that you can do to better yourself, to make yourself more empowered, and to make the other black people in your surrounding area, including your family, friends, and other black people in your state, your county, your city, more empowered as well. And then once you do that, we can start growing individually. And then once we get our situations together individually, we'll start growing as a nation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, I got to do it double time.
Sir, this nigga spitting.
Damn, nigga.
Sir, this nigga spitting.
Damn, nigga.
That's for the brothers Torian and Afro. All right, who next? I'm finna flip a coin and say your name. All right, call it in the air. I
All
want the
right.
gavel side or you want the stick side? All
I'll
right, say
go.
less.
Yeah, I'll go next. Um, so I'll say this. One thing that we can all do is number 7 of Dr. Khalid Muhammad's 7 plan, and that's self-determination for the Black community. You always got to remember that you have to be determined yourself to make sure that your tribe succeeds. You also have to be determined yourself that your family succeeds. Most of all, you have to be determined to get all the knowledge and wisdom and answers you can provide yourself and your solutions so we could get past this damn wicked, devilish system called white supremacy that we have been dealing with for over 400 years. It is time to rid ourselves of this headache, this evil that we've been dealing with. And anyone who wants to uphold that system needs to be left behind. So, with that, just stay vigilant, and you stay aware of your surroundings, stay focused, stay on code, and stay alive. So, with that being said, this is Beatzilla PDX official right here. And thanks to Kid Gravity for hosting this broadcast, this roundtable. And shout out to all of my fellow voices on this panel. I appreciate being with y'all once again, man. This is dope. And shout out to everybody in the chat. Shalom.
Yes, sir. This nigga spitting.
And Black Alpha got kicked off. Okay. I'm sure he'll be back in a second. Black people, black people, black people. I'll say this. We all know life is tough. And I know I can't speak for the brothers on the panel, but I'm sure there's been one time or another where we wish we could go back to our teenage years and restart with what we know. But we know that's evolutionarily impossible. So the finite amount of time we have on this terra firma, we have to make a decision. How do we want to be remembered? Now, shout out to Brother Torian for putting in that work and inspiring a lot of the voices of new black media. We can listen to Professor Black Truth and Tariq and Vicky and Jason Black all day, but to hear someone from our age group putting in that work, putting out the stories that we know damn well the lamestream media will never do because they're somehow trying to protect an agenda, got to appreciate the brother for that. Got to appreciate Brother Afro. Afro's coming from the Midwest side. He's out here trying to push a message for the Midwest people. He's on that ground. He's seeing what's going on in Chicago, and he's pushing back on that. Because we all know, like Governor Abbott sat there and pulled, Chicago's going to be in the crosshairs of the next 2 years. If the white supremacists fully control Chicago, Chicago's done. So it's incumbent on the grassroots voices like Brother Afro and other people in the Chicagoland area to start making noise. Got to make sure Uncle Thunderbird gets gone. That was a mistake that, we were still caught up in that, that budding white supremacists versus us, and hopefully this person could be a good avatar that we could throw out to kind of move that water along, but we know they just got absorbed. So gotta credit Brother Afro Leap for that.
Thank you.
Brother Beatzilla, the OG, he's seen things He's experienced things, and he didn't have to come on here and spit that knowledge. He could have just passed it on to his seeds and, cranked out 2 soldiers who knew how to stay on code. But he said, you know what, let me get on this YouTube, do 3-hour broadcasts twice, 3 times a week, and get the information out there. Get people educated. So got to salute the OG for that. Because we all know a lot of OGs are off code. How Jason Black said it, they're just looking for a quick death. But he's actually putting in the work. Got to salute him for that. Black Alpha. What else to say? That man's coined so many phrases. If he don't trademark it, he doing himself a disservice. But for him to bring that real street feel to his videos and put in that work with the Black Alpha Cast every Monday, and then going in Twitter Spaces, we having the debates, we doing the rooms, we trying to get this B1 message out there, trying to educate the people. And you know how tough it is to get a message out there, because a lot of us don't want to be receptive to it. Like, it's easy for us to just sit up here and cool. It's very easy, and we get money for it. But what are we really going to accomplish? So got to salute the brother for that. And I'm trying, folks. I'm trying to get to that level. It's tough out here, but I'm going to be consistent, because even though I'm the only non-FBA on the panel, I need that blueprint for my daughter, my wife, and my wife's father's family. I need that blueprint. They need their money. I need that blueprint. Jamaica got to get up. Now, granted, Jamaica, clap to y'all. Y'all burned down that hotel. That's a good first step. Y'all still way off code, but that's a good first step.
Yeah, like the ones in South Carolina.
No, I'm talking about that. Well, down in Jamaica, they burned.
I know what you're talking about with that one.
Yeah.
When you said off code,
Yeah.
I had to know about the ones.
Yeah, the Jamaicans, them 4 Jamaicans way off code. So y'all got Fed charges. Y'all might get deported too, but
they should.
They might be citizens, but we'll see. Screw them anyway. But these 5 voices, folks, support us, because like I said, I've said this before, the 4 pillars right now, the 4 big pillars, there's going to be a time where they're going to sit down. They've done their service to the community. Pretty soon, you never know, Jason in the next 10 years might just say, all right, you know what, I'm just going to do a show every other week. I've done my time. I've put the information out there. It's time to put down that baton and send it off to the next person. Professor Black Truth, he might say the same thing. Vicky might do the same thing. Tariq might just say, listen, I got the museum built. Let me go focus on that in my family. Who's going to take up that mantle? It's got to be us. There's a lot of us, male, female, that are pushing that message. We got to be there to support each other. We all going to have ideological differences. Like me and Afro tonight, New York and Chicago. There's going to be ideological differences. Me and Torian with the DMV. I will give Beatzilla, y'all got some good donuts up in there, so I'll give y'all that. and Black Alpha got his seafood. Y'all low country boiled. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Savannah. But when it comes to the enemy, we got to be united. Got to be united. And if we're not united, it'll be easy for them to bring in the Tethers, bring in the Coons, bring in the agents, the Boule, the Roland Martins with his dashiki wearing self, and his Polaroids of niggas in Speedos, so you can show everybody how real he is. We got people talking about now, like Torian and the others alluded to, talking about, hey, y'all should just go to Africa. Nigga, we don't know Africa. Africa don't know us. What we gonna do there? Now, if you send them FBAs over there, y'all fuck around, Lagos gonna look like Chicago in a decade. South Africa gonna come over there. Johannesburg gonna look like New York. Y'all don't want that smoke, and you know them Asians don't want that. So I don't know what they're doing. I know what they're doing, but they're scared of us, folks. And everybody in the chat, shout out to y'all. Keep retweeting everything from us on this panel to Taisha X6, Nicole's view, Queen Amadaya, Six the Goddess, Sincere to Love God. Share everybody. Things. Harvey, share them all. Get that message out there because there's a lot of people that don't know about us. And the more people we bring over here and get them right, the more soldiers we're going to have because we're going to need soldiers, especially when we separate. We're going to need soldiers and we're going to need people to build that have that B1 mindset. So please, please get educated, get ready, and stay on code. Black Alpha, you may go.
Hey man, peace and love, man. I appreciate the space. Shout out to everybody on this panel. I love these panels. I told everybody this was going to be a new black media, a summer blitz, and then hopefully we keep bringing them. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I just got to piggyback off of everything you brothers said because you guys put it in a great manner. Let's just keep doing what we do. We all, the new wave. We're the wave that's coming up underneath the Tariqs and them, and they came up underneath the people before them, and eventually we'll be passing the baton to somebody else. But right now, in real time, this is our era. This is the certified era, and we just got to keep that energy out here in the world. Let everybody know that we stand for something, and I tell everybody, I feel that we've made more rounds and more progress in the last, I would say, 10 years than the last 30 or 40 goons have been ran off the block, out the paint, off, the field. And the real ones, man, we're taking that position. We're taking that mantle. So let's just keep doing everything we're doing. Let's stay strong and stay focused. I salute all the brothers here, all the sisters. As I always say on my channel, I say all the brothers, sisters, the kings, the queens, the goddess, and the gods. Those who ascribe to me, you got to know that term right there. And I say that repeatedly. So I salute everybody up here. And those who aren't here, shout out to Queen Alpha. Shout out to Brother Voltron, Kid, Torn, Zilla, Afro. Respect you, brothers. As I always say, I'm wherever you need me, and we can set the example for the people behind us that they can see. Man, it's easy to be separate. Being separate from your brother or your sister, that's the easy thing to do. It takes real heart, real integrity, and real dignity to actually stand up for your brother and really get it done. Look at today's panel. We started off breaking down all this anti-black racism and all these things that come after us, and then we spent the last time roasting each other and talking about food. You know what I'm saying? So now still stand by. We got the best chili in Ohio, and we know we do not dip it with watermelon. So, so I got to get that playback, brother. But this is how we do, man. This is what it is. When you be one, man, you can laugh and you can joke about anything, man, because we stay laser focused. And to everybody out there, it's a crazy time. Last time we did one of these mashups, the war even went to another level, the anti-black race war. But we were ready for it, based on brothers like ourselves and sisters as well. So the best thing for us to do, when you get tired, whenever you're in doubt, and whenever you don't know what to do with the dominant society, think in your mind, what would Lake Lanier do to the dominant society? And you got your answer. Peace and love, baby.
B1, brothers.
Also,
now,
can I say one last
yes, sir.
Thing?
Yes, sir.
Also, I got to give a shout out to you, Kid, and to Black Alpha, and even to an extent, Afro, for those spaces that y'all do on Twitter. Those can be very stressful, especially because you have a lot of different personalities coming in there. A lot of trolls that will come through there. They'll try to knock you off of your square. But I enjoy listening to the playbacks of them because a lot of times they can run late and I'll get tired and I'll miss it.
Yeah.
But sometimes I will offer my voice to it whenever I can. But I'm glad that y'all put it up onto your page. That way other people can come and watch it. Because not everybody has a Twitter account. Not everybody wants to go with Twitter. But so if they can catch it on YouTube and they can watch it however they can. I think that's dope that you can have it there. And they're good for receipts, of course, because you just never know. People out here.
Yeah, they're going to get the lion.
Yeah, exactly. So you need that backup plan and say, well, hold up. At this point in this timestamp right here, you said this. So I'm glad that y'all do that. I don't know if it'll ever come to a time if I ever host a Twitter space, because something tells me I will not have the patience to deal with it. Knowing me.
Well, this is why you're supposed to have co-hosts. This is why you have co-hosts. Gotta have co-hosts. Let the co-hosts run the room.
Even with the co-hosts, I'm probably going to pop off on somebody. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but just sometimes.
I've done one.
Yeah. Was one enough for you?
Hey, I have to shout out D Tubman. D Tubman gave me the idea for that to keep the spaces, have them recorded on the computer, so I can just put them back up and then send them out to whoever needs it. But yeah, those spaces they're gonna be a good footnote in this war. Mm-hmm. And right now Black Alpha and I are trying to work on getting Marcel for one more debate before he really locks in on
All eyes gonna be
his
on South
campaign.
Carolina in a couple weeks.
Oh, it's on there
Yeah,
now. It
buddy.
started today. Started today. So
Yeah,
yeah,
early
the
voting
14th.
started today.
Yes,
So
sir.
early voters in South Carolina, if y'all watching, go cast your vote for Brother Marcel Dixon
Yes,
now.
please. He's
I'm
got to
telling
get
you,
in.
I'm telling you this: if Marcel wins, Juneteenth gonna start a couple days early.
Oh yes. What? I will, dude. If I get them returns and he wins, I'm going live
And
that
speaking of
minute.
Oh man.
speaking of Juneteenth, shout out to the people for pushing back against Wally World to get that knockoff Juneteenth
Yes.
ice cream up
Yes.
out of there. Like
Yes.
I don't know what they thought they was doing, but then
And
they
shout
all
out to you, Torian, for getting that woman to sell out
I
the
was
ice
getting
cream.
ready to
I'm
say
crediting
that.
you with that. I'm
I
crediting
was
you with that.
I was getting ready to say that because of that happening. I said it was like it killed. It was like it killed two birds with one stone. The people made enough noise to get that so-called Juneteenth ice cream out of Wally World, but it also pushed this woman's ice cream called Soul Cream
Forward.
Malicious, a black woman's ice cream that was already sold in Walmart, forward to the point where all of her flavors were sold out like literally in the same week that it got pushed, and they all got put on back order. I actually put in an order to get
Ooh.
4 pints, but they don't ship out until the end of June. And I said, I'm fine, I can wait on that. And then on top of that, because her orders came in so rapidly, now people are scrambling to go to the stores to see if they can find them. Some of them are sold out in the stores because I think she's in Walmart,
It's in the
Target.
Target.
Now she's in Kroger. So Kroger added on to it now. So now she's in another store. I think she's like
Say that
number 8
last one.
store. Kroger.
Say that last one. Say it again.
Oh my God. Kroger.
I got 2 Krogers within a mile of me, man.
You better go and see if you can go and find it. You know.
But you
And
know
then
how they do Atlanta.
What's the name of
Atlanta
that?
begin this.
the name,
Soulicious.
the name of the ice cream.
Soulicious. Yeah,
It's called
Soulicious.
Soul Creamalicious.
So
That's
Creamalicious.
Soul Creamalicious.
So
Yeah.
Creamalicious.
Yeah, and also
Yeah,
on top of that, now she has it where you can order all 6 of her current flavors as one, like in like
in a pack.
in a package. But not only that, now
Oh.
because her flavors have gone and sold so much, now she's added on like 5 more new flavors that she's about to unveil somewhere down the line, probably after she
Baltimore
gets this
crab.
shipment. Oh nah, I don't think that'll
Obey,
work.
obey.
I don't think
Obey.
that'll work. I don't think that'll work. I mean, support is support.
Chicago
but
deep dish.
I mean, there's other flavors out there that we can support, but that's a little that's kind of pushing the bar a little.
All right. All right.
Yeah, I don't think that would
No
actually
more
work.
city slander. No more city
Yeah, I
slander.
don't
Salt
think that
and
would
straw
actually
All
work.
our cities are fire.
Do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad, and not only that, I will say that this whole thing with the Juneteenth was so on code with people because we all know that they federalized it last year, much to our dismay. Because we was already celebrating it anyway. We know why they did it, and we knew it was going to come. So not only that black people pushed to get the Juneteenth ice cream out of there, but if you didn't notice, on the label it said TM next to Juneteenth, which means a white-owned company, tried to trademark the word Juneteenth. Black people pushed back against that to the point where they dropped their trademark. So now Juneteenth is not trademark. I said now a black person needs to jump in and trademark that.
Yes.
I said while it's open, needs to jump in and
sir.
trademark that.
Yes. All right, fellas. Let me end it like this.